Somewhere beneath the surface of the Atlantic Ocean, miles below crashing waves and far beyond sunlight, there are places so dark and so cold that no human eye has ever seen them directly. During the Cold War, that darkness became one of the most dangerous front lines on Earth. Hidden in the abyss were nuclear submarines carrying enough firepower to end civilization. And in 1968, one of them simply vanished. The USS Scorpion was a nuclear-powered fast-attack submarine designed to track Soviet vessels and protect American interests beneath the sea. It was part of a silent underwater chess match where detection meant vulnerability and vulnerability could mean annihilation. When Scorpion departed on its final mission, nothing seemed unusual. The crew was experienced. The systems were operational. The submarine was built for stealth and endurance. But during its return across the Atlantic, communication stopped. There was no distress call. No confirmed explosion. Just silence. At first, the delay caused concern but not panic. Submarines are meant to operate quietly. Radio silence is normal. But when days passed without contact, the Navy understood something was wrong. Search operations began. Ships scanned the ocean. Aircraft swept across thousands of miles of water. Intelligence agencies quietly evaluated Soviet activity, fearing a possible confrontation beneath the waves. In the tense atmosphere of the Cold War, a missing nuclear submarine was more than a tragedy, it was a strategic crisis. Months later, debris was discovered more than 10,000 feet below the surface. The hull had been destroyed, crushed by immense pressure. The ocean had claimed the vessel. 99 sailors were lost. But the question remained, what happened? One theory suggests a catastrophic torpedo malfunction. Cold War torpedoes were complex and sometimes unstable. A battery explosion inside the torpedo room could have triggered a chain reaction. Another theory points to mechanical failure, perhaps flooding or a sudden loss of control that forced the submarine into an unrecoverable descent. At extreme depths, pressure becomes unstoppable. Steel bends. Systems fail. Recovery becomes impossible. Some have speculated about a collision or secret encounter with a Soviet submarine, but no conclusive evidence has ever confirmed that. What makes 1968 more unsettling is that multiple submarines from different nations were lost that same year. A Soviet submarine disappeared in the Pacific. An Israeli submarine vanished in the Mediterranean. It was as if the oceans were swallowing war machines in silence. Official investigations concluded that Scorpion likely suffered an internal explosion, yet many documents remained classified, leaving families and analysts with probability instead of certainty. Submarines operate in an unforgiving environment. Unlike aircraft, there is no ejection system at crushing depths. A sudden failure can turn controlled patrol into catastrophe within seconds. In total darkness, disorientation sets in quickly. If buoyancy is lost, a submarine can plunge beyond its design limits before the crew has time to react. Whatever happened aboard Scorpion likely unfolded fast, leaving little chance for survival. Beyond the human tragedy lies a strategic shadow. Nuclear submarines are designed to disappear by purpose, ensuring a second strike capability in the event of war. Their locations remain among the most closely guarded secrets in national defense. When one vanishes unintentionally, it exposes the fragile balance beneath global deterrence. The Cold War depended on controlled tension, on the belief that systems were reliable and retaliation was guaranteed. A lost submarine challenges that confidence. Today, advanced sonar networks and monitoring systems cover much of the oceans, but even now, the deep sea remains largely unexplored. The wreck of Scorpion rests in darkness, a silent reminder of how little control humanity truly has over the abyss. Pressure crushes. Light never reaches. Steel becomes fragile under the weight of miles of water. Stand on any quiet shoreline and look out across the horizon. Beneath that calm surface, submarines still patrol silently. Crews monitor instruments. Sonar operators listen for distant echoes. Commanders carry responsibilities that could shape history. The ocean keeps its secrets as it always has. The disappearance of the USS Scorpion remains one of the most haunting mysteries in American naval history, not because we know what happened, but because we do not. The official explanation offers likelihood, not certainty. And in matters involving nuclear weapons and Cold War rivalry, uncertainty lingers. Somewhere far below, beyond light and beyond reach, the wreckage remains undisturbed. A machine built for stealth that achieved it in the most tragic way possible. No final message. No warning. Just absence. The ocean did not explain. It simply closed over. And in the silence beneath the waves, the mystery endures.